Hey. Okay. Hey, if you've seen me before. Hey, if you haven't, and I hope you like what you see today. Keep on watching, please.
Yeah, going ain't like nigga. Move out the way, please don't be a hero. Bling blow, ooh, she no skateboard P.
So, I'm actually in the middle of filming. I'm out of breath, I just came up the stairs. I'm actually in the middle of filming a productive day in my life. But I'll be honest, like my mind kind of feels everywhere right now. And this is also a video I wanted to film. So as you can tell by the title, we're gonna be talking about Fluoxetine or Prozac. Yeah, and why I'm on it and yada yada. So let's go. So first, I haven't even taken the medicine yet. It is 10 a.m. and I wonder if I can just sit it up. Oh, this hurt my leg. I'm not about to film from that high. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I could have set this up before. Is this lighting okay? I have a ring light. I just don't want to get it. Oh, it's slipping. Okay. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into it. I promise. Oh. It's the glare on the glasses for me. So, yeah. But I can't see. Just bear with me, guys, please. I'm sorry. So I take fluoxetine, otherwise known as Prozac, and I take 20 milligram capsules. And yeah, I just got this refill, 90 capsules in it. And how do I want to start this conversation? Basically, if you've never watched any of my videos before, which I'm sure, I mean, I'm just kind of getting into consistently posting, so most people probably haven't. But oh, you know, I knew I was gonna do this. This is why I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Hold on. Please don't fall camera. Thank you. Oh. All right. Because I'm scatterbrained. Yeah, my experience with Prozac, 20 milligrams fluoxetine. So I've been on the medicine about 2 months now. And the first week, my doctor had me start on 10 milligrams, and then I progressed to the 20 milligrams after that week. And I've been taking that ever since. And a little bit of a background on as to why let me take the medicine because I was supposed to take it at 7. It's 10:04. Please don't follow my lead. I'm so sorry. I just forgetful, which is not good. Don't do that. Be consistent, okay? If you're trying to get on the medicine, talk to your doctor first, but be consistent. Honestly, tangent, but I suck at taking pills, so the fact that I can take this pill is a blessing. But anyway, I got what made me let me calm down. I'm getting anxious, which is not good. But in my last video that I talked about depression, which is, I'll tag it here somewhere. Basically, ever since I was younger, I struggled with fear of death, and like it crippled me. I'm sorry, that's like an offensive word, but it's like lack of better words, but it really did. I would have panic attacks at night to the point where like I could not breathe. Like I would be laying down about to go to sleep, the thoughts will creep into my mind about dying, the unknown of it, and you know, I hope I don't die in a violent way, just a whole bunch of stuff. And I can say that fear really started for me when my great-grandmother passed away and then my grandfather passed away. They died 2 weeks apart from each other. So, and they were really the first family members that I ever knew of that died. So that ignited all of it, I can say. And anyway, so every so often I would just have panic attacks at night. Like I would go to sleep or attempt to go to sleep, but couldn't, and I would often find myself having to sit up really fast, catch my breath. Sometimes I wouldn't sleep. It was a lot. I'm so sorry this is shaking. Wow, this is like nerve-wracking. Hold on, maybe I can put this up here so it's not shaking so much. Sorry, that was weird. Please cooperate. I tried to take. Okay. So yeah, there's that. And fast forward, that happened through middle school, through high school, into college. And in college, luckily, I went into the summer bridge program where I met some of my lifelong friends that I am still. Those are my sisters, but that's a tangent again. I would have these same panic attacks, and I was rooming with my friend Chelsea, and Chelsea really saw firsthand. Girl, if you see this video, you know. Chelsea really saw firsthand my whole process of a panic attack because of my fear of death. And it was intense, like, and if it weren't for Chelsea while I was in college having those panic attacks, I would have struggled even worse than how I struggled. But so there's some light into my panic attacks and why. It's just one of the puzzle pieces as to why we're here on the medicine. And then my anxiety, my anxiety was so bad to the point I overthought everything. And so an example, I could be driving and I'm coming up to a red light. All of a sudden I'm like, what if my brakes don't work? And I like power through this light. What the heck? If you see any smoke, it's from my instant, because I just tried to meditate. Didn't really work that well. But hold on, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yeah, it would be things like that. Or if I'm walking down the street, I hope that like somebody who's passing me in a car, I'm like, ooh, they might hit me just because. Or I'm at a red light and I see people coming behind me in the rearview mirror. I'm like, oh, they're gonna hit me. Or I overthink things. I can't even really. It's hard for me to like describe everything that I overthought because I've been doing so well with not doing that. But just anything that you can overthink, I did. So a lot of anxiety and a lot of different factors in life, and it was just a lot. I cried often. My crying was so bad to the point where, like, I don't know why I was crying. I could go to work in the morning, cry, come back, leave work, cry as soon as I got in my room just to watch some cartoons, like. And that was definitely a build-up. I'm sorry, just try to bear with me, but just try to imagine someone from middle school to college and this going through adolescence and all my batteries dying. Hold on. Yay! Luckily, I have 3 batteries. When you're a vlogger, I suggest if you want to be a vlogger, get more than 1 battery. It will be much less stressful on you when you're out and about and vlogging, or for instance sitting and vlogging and the battery is about to die. Ooh, I hope I come back on the spot that I was at. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Sorry, hold on. I hate that. Okay. Oh dang, what was the last thing I said, y'all? So sorry. This is a problem of mine. Moving forward, this actually being on an anxiety medication, this is not my first time. I tried it when I was in high school. I might have been in high school, or I might have been like a freshman in college. Yeah, one of those. But I tried it then, and I also did go to therapy. Yeah, I went to therapy 4 times because it was free through insurance. That's why. And I will say, the things I was battling then, it was definitely a great venting session, but I was very angry when I was going to therapy then. So I feel like what I could have gotten from it, I wasn't open enough to receive the benefits, all the benefits of therapy, because I was just so happy to be getting it out. Like, I can't think of any other way to say that. It was such a release for me to get out everything I was feeling about situations at that time. And while that was still good for me, it was a good release, not everything was addressed that could have been addressed, so there's that. And I wasn't that consistent with that anxiety medicine at the time either, so that really was not as beneficial the first time. Also, I have ADD, and I used to take ADD medicine, or I guess ADHD medicine. when I was younger, I wasn't that consistent with that either. So I've tried medication before, but I will say I was not consistent. Like I said, I'm really not that good at taking pills, so to God be the glory that I can take this pill. But last year my grandmother passed away, and that was like, I guess I could say, the breaking point for me. And also up until that point, I've always been a person who has been everyone else's ear, or person to go to when they're having problems. So I absorbed a lot of people's problems, and people close to me know that. So I spent a lot of time giving advice and taking people's stuff, and I'm very much an empath. And one thing I do, or did, and I'm learning to not do, is internalize people's pain. If I see somebody hurt, I'm hurt. And that's just summary of that. So I happen to have a lot of people I'm close with and care about that go through things. All of us go through things, but I really took on a lot of energy, heavy energy, we'll just say that. And I've never been one to open up to people too much. One, it's hard for me to express my emotions. Even now I'm kind of like, this is kind of weird for me, but I'm just trying to be open and hopefully helpful. And also I like YouTube, so whatever. I figure why not film a video. But I hope I don't say that in every video I do, but I tend to, but whatever. I hope this is not all over the place by the time I edit this, because I'm really trying. But basically, after my grandmother had passed, and up until that point, for years, I've always been that person to people. And I've never been one to really open up, because it's hard for me too, and I feel like I'm a burden sometimes, and I'm also not that great at expressing myself. So when I get tongue-tied, I just bottle it up and I just say forget it, and I claim to be fine when in reality I'm like spiraling. And that just got to be too much after my grandma passed. Me and my grandmother were very close, and that was my other half. It is my other half. So that is me, not even my other half. Like that is my everything. So that was a lot to go through. And how my grandmother passed from the sickness that she had was pulmonary fibrosis. It just was not easy. In short, maybe I'll put a description of what that is. It just was a tough time up into her last moments. And I would say after that is when I really cried every day, multiple times a day. And it was just getting to be too much. And like I said, I don't express my feelings a lot, so I wasn't really expressing the type of pain I was in. And on top of that, I'm still receiving a lot of heavy energy from others, and I just felt like I was imploding. So I really sat with myself one day after crying, and I was like, I cannot do this every day. It's not even that I felt like I did feel like I was going insane, but not like I'm about to go do something crazy. I couldn't with the thoughts in my head anymore. I couldn't with the tears. I was exhausted emotionally. So I finally was like, I have to say how I feel to somebody. So I went to the doctor, and I really enjoy my physician. He's a really cool guy. And honestly, also, I was nervous about getting on medicine just because I suck at taking pills, and because I knew I wasn't consistent before. But excuse me, I made like a kind of a promise to myself before I went to talk to my doctor that I have to do, this has to work. I prayed about it, and I'm just like, this has to work. I have to try. And so I'm on the medicine. And so sorry about all that if you didn't want to hear it. I know you came to click on the video about just hearing about Prozac, but I just wanted to give a backstory as to why I'm taking the medicine in the first place. Anxiety and depression, pretty much. And my anxiety is what is severe, and that adds to my depression, like why I experience depression. So I can say I want to discuss my change in thoughts and behaviors that have changed in a positive way. And so I'll say in a positive way, the way my thoughts have changed. I'll say that first. The way my thoughts have changed. I feel with this medicine, I feel like I have space in my mind, if that makes sense. I feel like I have the mental capacity to take things in, but not to internalize them. Like, I feel better able to, if there is a thought that creeps in my mind, I keep saying crops. If there's if there is a thought that creeps into my mind, I feel like I'm better able to handle telling myself, all right, chill, and I really don't think about it again. Like, that was something, once a thought was in my head, it's in there, and I might think about it for 2 and 3 and 4 days. Whereas now, either the thoughts don't pop up at all, or I'm able to decipher what I'm overthinking about and what is worth dwelling on, and that feels good. For a long time, I wasn't able to do that, and I can say now, taking this medicine for 2 months, I feel that difference. And I guess I could go also into my behavior. Like, now that I feel like I have the space in my mind, I can focus on things I actually want to do, which is a healthier lifestyle, working out more consistently like I want to, because I've always been a very active person, but when I had all this stuff in my mind, I just didn't have the care to do it. I was just too emotional. I just couldn't do it. That's all I can say about that. And I can say how long it took me to feel this way on the medicine. Really, that first week. And as I'm trying to be as accurate as I can, because I also watched some other videos, people saying their time on Prozac or Fluoxetine, and some people were saying it took them some months to feel a difference, but I really started feeling a difference after about a week. After that 10 milligram, I felt a difference. And I learned that this is a serotonin reuptake inhibitor. It's SSRI, I forgot what the first S stands for, but I just guess my serotonin was that low that produces the happiness in your brain, because that 10 milligrams, I felt a difference. But that's just me. Everybody's different. Also, if you've taken other medications, I don't know. And there are some side effects that made me nervous, because ironically, some side effects of this medicine are worse anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts. I've never been suicidal. As I said, I have a fear of death. But I have felt heavy enough to wish I wasn't here, but I just wish I could escape my mind more so. Not that I want to die. I don't. Okay? I don't. Yeah. Hope that was some good insight. What else do I have here? I wrote here, add whatever else feels right and some advice to those debating going on medication. Some advice, if you're really struggling, you feel full mentally, I'm using things that I could describe myself with, or you just feel full mentally, okay? Talk to someone. If you see this video and you feel like you have no one, talk to me. Please comment down below and I will give whatever advice I can. I feel like I have the mental capacity to do that now. Some more advice. Okay, well, that's my advice if you're debating on a medication. Just talk to your physician. That's all I can say about that, because I'm not a doctor. But talk to your doctor. And if you haven't opened up to anyone, write down your truest feelings in a journal. I like to journal, and that's what I do. And really reflect on what you're writing. And if it's some dark stuff, be honest with yourself. Try your best to step outside of yourself and seek some help. Help is there. Not something I had to convince myself of in a way. Like, you don't have to stay in a dark place. You can choose to be happy. Happiness is available. Happiness is possible. Everyone's struggles are different. I haven't disclosed everything I've gone through, but you know, we all go through some heavy things in life, and they can shape us in ways we wouldn't have foreseen and in ways we don't want to, but they do. And even if you haven't gone through things and you are born with some of the issues that you deal with, it is possible to live better. And I just encourage whoever sees this to try to get help if you're debating on it. I also do encourage therapy. I don't know when that stopped recording. I encourage therapy. I only went those 4 times like I had mentioned earlier. Honestly, I just haven't gone back again because I'm kind of lazy. I just don't feel like calling to see if my insurance will cover it. But that's not to say I don't think it would be beneficial for me. I'm not saying I'm the greatest example, so if you feel like you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. Don't be lazy. You can do it. But overall, I would say my experience on this 20 milligram dosage on Prozac is that I do feel mental clarity. I do feel happier, like genuine happiness. And I can say the behaviors that the medicine, you still have to make choices in your happiness, but the medicine helps me make those choices. So, and again, that's my experience. I've seen plenty of different videos. People had some different range of experiences. So I pray that, you know, if you do decide to get on Prozac, it's a beautiful experience where you don't experience any of the negative side effects. That would be very unfortunate. And this is still only my 2 months on it. I still have some more discovery to do on how this medicine will fully affect me being on it long term. And I won't lie, I am nervous about being on a medicine that helps me so much, if that makes sense, because I do feel a significant difference on this in a great way. But it makes me nervous because obviously it's something that I need, and I don't know how to feel about needing it, if I'm being honest. I'm happy, but I think that's just my anxiety still trickling in there. So, but regardless of those feelings I have, I'm proud of myself for taking the steps to do it. And I really hope, like myself, like I didn't let that stop me from doing it, and it has been a plus. So please, I don't know what I was about to say actually, but yeah, so that's my experience on this medicine. I feel like there was some other stuff I wanted to say, but at this point I don't know what else to say. Hopefully this wasn't all over the place. Elbow ashy. Yeah, mental health is important, and you have to take care of your mental health. I feel mental health has to be in check before anything else can be. And that's from experience. You have to have a clear mind to function. And I did not have a clear mind, and now I feel like I do. I really prayed before I started taking this medicine, Lord, please don't let me have any negative side effects, because really I couldn't handle any negative side effects, if I'm being honest. I was already full to capacity. I could not handle any other dark thoughts. I was like, Lord, this medicine gotta work. Okay. And so far it is, and I pray it continues to. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have. I'll probably do some other updates on it later, because like I said, I've only been on it for 2 months, so they say it can take like 6 months to really feel it in full effect. And that's a little unsettling, but also like not, but also it is, but we're not gonna overthink. So I just want to say, anybody who's coming across this, obviously it's for some reason, mental health reason, or maybe you're doing research, I don't know. But if you're struggling with anything, you can get through it. One thing I always say to myself is sometimes you have to be your own best friend. Whatever good advice you would give to somebody, give it to yourself and follow through with it. I always would give advice to people to seek help if they needed it, or vent to me, or journal, or whatever. So those same things that you would tell somebody else, whatever positive things you would tell somebody else, you deserve those same things, and you can achieve them. It's hard work, but it's possible, and this medicine has been great to me so far, so hopefully it can be the same for somebody else who is considering. But that's all I'm gonna say, because I really don't know what else to say. I've said that already. So if you watch this far, like, comment, share, subscribe, and you'll probably see me in the same outfit in another video, because I am recording another video, like I said. I think I said that, I don't know. Okay, bye. I just wanted to say, I also encourage you, look at more than just one video about, you know, the medicine. Look at some stuff they say to know before you take it, and yada yada yada, because they can give you more stuff if people did more research. I'm just talking from experience. And read all your drug facts. One thing I did too before I took it is I looked it up online, and look at good sites, not like Wikipedia. Okay, good luck to you, bless your soul. I don't know. That was weird, I'm so sorry. Goodbye.
Hey, yeah, made that money on the money.